I'm Brian. Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. And so off the tip, it's Washington. Here's Hardaway. Down low. Pass to Sarr. Launches a three. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Well, Robinson has heard a lot of criticism throughout the years, but the numbers show he's one of the most prolific three-point shooters in league history.
From deep, Mobley. And it's Thor with a rebound. Smart with the ball. Uses the glass to drop it in.
Yeah, that's a nice read by Smart. Got the space he needed.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. He is aware of the amount of disruption that Marcus Smart can bring to an offense. He said, you can't attack him in pick and rolls and go at him in ISO, so we'll have to keep his assignment moving and run him ragged when he's on defense. Sounds like it'll be a busy day for Smart. Back to you guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Bane. Pass to Jamison. For three. Here's Mobley. Sarr pulls it in.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start here. They're 0 for 4 to begin the game.
Outside Coulibaly. Beyond the arc. Jamison grabs a board. And it's Miami's ball. It's a three-point game. From deep, Mobley knocks down the long J.
Well, they missed their first 4 shots, but finally able to get one on the board. Sometimes you just need to see that first one go down.
Now here's Hardaway. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game.
Now in the game, number 25, Chris Boucher.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Here's Coulibaly. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. And he slams it in one-handed.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Robinson gets the bucket.
Robinson not afraid to let it fly from deep. You got to get out on him.
And one thing's for sure, when Duncan Robinson is on the court, he has the greenest of green lights, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, look. He's one of the most lethal shooters around. He draws intense defensive attention, and then he's added to his game as a passer and as a guy who can take the ball to the basket.
Now here's Bane. Pass to Robinson. 5 to shoot. Back to Bane. Shot is up. Sarr pulls it in.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Outside Koulibaly. Smart outside. Outside Hardaway. To the middle. Here's Sarr. Let's go with a three. And it's Boucher with the rebound. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. The Wizards with a lead. Here's Hardaway, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Right side Hardaway. To the paint. Deflects the pass. Robinson with a steal. Payne with it. He's picked up by Hardaway. And finished off by Boucher.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Oh, got that one up quick. Robinson's got 9. Now Hardaway. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And it's Koulibaly missing. Robinson to 3. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. Tie game and some big points being put on the board as we wrap up the first.
The Wizards, 14.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the Heat here?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Now here's Ball. Three-pointer, Kispert. On target from range. Kispert's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Washington shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he drops the first. Well, Coach, how about the Erik Spoelstra story? Started as a video coordinator with the Heat back in '95. You were an assistant in Miami back then.
Yeah, look, Brian, even then, Erik is one of the rare guys that all of us on the staff knew right from the beginning that he had all the makings of a great coach. Players trusted him and had confidence in his ability to help them.
From the video room to the Hall of Fame one day.
No question.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Wizards last season for the first time in a long time hitting the reset button. A losing record, no surprise, but they're trying to build something from the ground up. Enough of treading water in the middle, Brian. They're 45 straight seasons without hitting 50 wins, the longest such streak in NBA history.
Oof, not good there, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Ball. No points so far. Pass to Horford. Fires from deep. Washington again can't hit.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Now Jaquez. Back to Whitmore. From outside the arc. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Washington with the ball. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. George outside. Launches it. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
Hits a three-pointer.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
Here's Poole. Poole gets it in close.
When Poole gets this close, he knows to go for it. He's not going to waste a chance at all.
He trailed by 4. All right, Graham, what do you think about Jordan Poole's nickname, the Pool Party?
Oh, it's very apt, right? Because when he's on, everyone is having a good time. But it also speaks to his relaxed attitude. He's out there to shoot and have fun while doing it.
Hardaway on the wing. To the inside. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Clock at 6. And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
And we'd all love to hear what goes on in those huddles, but we just get the snapshots.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Substitution on the court.
1:58 left to play in the first half of basketball. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Lots of ways Robinson can get to the basket. Defenses play him tight.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Wizards.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And not only that, you like how they're turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and capitalizing.
And here we go, the Heat fast break. From downtown, they get it back. The 3 is up. The Heat rebound. The 3, and he drains it. That basket makes him 4 for 9.
Well, look, scoring is why Robinson is on the floor. And when he really gets going, it's a problem.
Smart for 3, and Smart nails the triple.
In today's NBA, you have to stretch the floor if you want to win. They have loads of confidence from three-point land right now.
Back to Payne. There's the 3. Intercepted. And a fast break now for the Wizards. Smart with the bucket.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
Outside Robinson. Fires for 3. And again, Miami with a triple.
And now he's dropped 2 3-pointers in each quarter.
Screen by Horford. Smart outside. From deep three-point land. Mobley grabs the board.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Back to Payne. Pass to Robinson. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Can't tie it up. That one misses. It could go. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Wizards out in front, leading by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Heat trail by 3. Coach closing in on 2 decades in the league. Al Horford continues to put in the work.
Well, Brian, that's what it takes to make sure your body is able to compete against players half your age. He's never shied away from doing all the little things.
And it's Coulibaly missing.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Back to Whitmore. Pass to Jamison. Mobley with it. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Here's Mobley. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Yeah, defending Mobley in the paint, you can harass him, but good luck stopping him.
Outside Hardaway. Outside Coulibaly. 20 feet out. Jamison grabs a board.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight. Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Now here's Mobley. Pass to Alexander Walker. That's tipped. Outside Coulibaly. Outside Hardaway. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Back to Jaquez. Outside Whitmore. Outside Jaquez. 5 on the clock. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. Jaquez has got his second basket on the night. Outside Coulibaly. Pass to Sarr. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have the guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
Heat trailed by 4. Pass to Jamison. Outside Jaquez. Now Mobley. Here's Jamison. And here's Jaquez. Coulibaly defending. Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's Jaquez. Drains the triple. Jaquez has got 9 points.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Washington making some changes. Here's Ball. No points yet. And the Heat unveiling the statue of Dwayne Wade, Stan, the face of the franchise forever.
Yeah, Brian, you think of what he meant to this organization, propelling it to its very first championship and then attracting other stars to Miami. He is truly the foundation.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Now here's Ball. Horford outside from the arc. And it's Boucher with the rebound. The Heat with the lead. Mobley, left side. Kicks it out to Bane. 3-pointer. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Horford. It's George on the wing. Washington again can't hit. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Back to Robinson. Now here's Mobley. Pounded by Ball. Robinson for three. It's rebounded by Washington. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Fires the three. Sinks it from distance. Robinson's got 20 points.
I just love the ball movement.
Ball right side. Back to Horford. Over Mobley. And so it's the Miami Heat up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. They've been very effective from the
The Wizards, 37.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. And it's Washington with the ball. Trailing by 8. Here's Hardaway. And he can't bank that one in.
They just continue to dominate the boards.
Fantastic work down low from Wiggins.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Oh, there's the alley.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
From deep, Mobley. Sarr pulls it in.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got zero quitting.
4-3. And it's Smart missing. Miami leading by 6. Left side, Robinson. Pass to Boucher. Back to Robinson. He buries it from 3. Robinson's got 23.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Here's Hardaway. And it's good. 2 points.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up. An opportunity at a three-point play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Miami.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
Yeah, the other thing they're doing is absolutely scorching the net. Red hot from outside all game long.
Back to Payne. Outside Robinson. 4 on the clock. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Boucher, no good.
Hitting the glass with purpose and aggression.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Kicks it out to Smart. From behind the arc. The rebound by Wiggins. Heat leading by 6. Pass to Mobley. Outside Robinson. Three-pointer. Buries it from 3. Robinson's got 26 points.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc. They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Over to the left wing. From deep, Sarr connects from downtown.
Yeah, still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Now here's Payne. Outside Robinson. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Washington.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Sarr. That one falls. Now just a 4-point Miami lead.
Ooh, important points from Sarr. And just great recognition of the moment. Don't see that in a lot of young players. Wow.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And Washington making a change here. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Brian Keefe was saying to the team. And they were blunt with their team, telling them if they want to win, the comeback has to start right now. They can't waste any possessions. Plus, they told the players, we need some stops. A very direct way to communicate, Brian.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Pass to Bain. Back to Robinson. The three. Sends it home from three-point land. Robinson's got 32 points.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Pass to Wagner. "17 seconds left in the fourth. Back to Robinson. And here's Bain. Here's Robinson. Koulibaly defending. Robinson can't hit. So the Heat win it. A competitive game. You have to...